everybody, Steven here playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today's video we're going to be covering some new kind of dialogue. Although there's no like voice work behind it, there is new dialogue between Alan and Robin, and this is the new story from Jill Murray here. So shout out to Jonah for letting me know in the comment section of another video about this. And with this is going to be story spoilers, so if you don't want to see those, you're not going to want to watch this video. It is a mixture of some of the old voice work, so I don't think they've pulled that just yet. I think they'll change it, but right now obviously it's just a placeholder with some new actual dialogue. I'm going to try to read it, but it kind of goes across the screen pretty fast here, so my apologies if I actually don't catch every single word with this. So let's go with the first one here. So, alright, so go-to command. So it's not the story, it's a go-to command, which is interesting. So there's a word mixture now. Should be Alan, body, one clue. Whoa. Alright, here we go. So we get a call from Alan.
I have been able to
this is old.
people's technology in this region.
Oh, hi. Worth checking out?
I cannot discern.
So why tell me?
It may be worth investigating.
I'm curious too.
So anything that obviously has voice work, because that's the second voice actress versus the new one, which would be the third one, which they may end up going with another one. Let's see. We have that precursor research placeholder. There's another one. I'm gonna try to click this in again because there's another one that popped up when I was messing with this. But this all should be new. It should pop up. Here it is. It took millennia for us to develop an optimal skeletal structure. I have so many questions. What was your original form? What drove you to change it? How do you define optimal? Are you still developing it? I do not know if it is being developed further at home. That depends on whether enough of my kind survive to be able to prioritize development over survival. As for our original form, it was quaint, though it seems impractical now. How so? Few appendages, no room for modular expansion, entirely limited to the flesh. You mean you didn't always have electronic components? No, it was necessary to overcome that barrier to enhance our telepathic abilities. This was hundreds of generations before I was created, of course. That must have been an extraordinary change for your people. Was it embraced? Embraced? Did your people universally adopt it, or were there resistors? The resistors stayed behind. Over time our species branched. They are extinct now. Were they among us, you would not recognize them. Would they be in my head? They would not be capable of teleportation. It sounds like they were wonderful. So, we get more backstory to this too. Very interesting point of the potential for there being his homeworld. And that leads me to, obviously, if this is successful, they're going to want to make more games. Does that mean we leave with Alan to try to find this other home world? So, that was the first one there. Next one. Go to call Alan body to call. What's interesting about this is this actually takes us to the the Crystal Castle, and that in terms of how you're moving through this would most likely be the third body part that you would find versus the second, but that's where it's going to take us. Oops, didn't do go to, did call. Alright.
Passing 100 meters.
Alright, here we go.
I have been disconnected from my people for so long, but I remember there is something nearby of value.
If only your memory were less selective.
It is your memory too.
Passing 200.
So there was that small tidbit, so we'll go into the Crystal Castle and we'll scan his other body part. Alright, here we go. Should pop up with more dialogue.
Alan, what did I just scan?
There it is.
You are probing me for vulnerabilities.
I'm curious.
What for?
And this one's old.
Its own sake. How did life look for you before all this?
We dedicate ourselves to conceptual pursuits.
What's left for you to discover?
Physics involves cutting complex things up into smaller, more predictable things. Whatever you find can always be cut up again.
What about disagreements? Hierarchy?
On our worlds, it is not necessary to work, nor possible to starve. And there is a free flow of information in the network. Disagreements are rare.
So there's no conflict, no pressure? Is it as peaceful as it sounds?
Anxiety stems from unpredictability. When we are anxious, we seek greater control.
Alright, yeah, so that one was old. I don't wonder if it'll cue in anything new. Typically you'll be walking in here. I just did the free cam to get here quicker. Doesn't look like it's going to do it just yet. Alright, well let's go to the third one here. So this will be in the deep Lilypad biome here.
I am detecting a faint signal from one of our facilities in the region.
Do you know anything more?
Most of my knowledge was lost when I was backed up. I may remember more as we draw closer.
Alright, here we go.
We have acquired sufficient data to construct the new storage medium.
Andy's calling me at the
This
same
will be
time.
done at the facility designed for this purpose.
You don't sound as relieved as I am.
My survival strategy is unfolding as expected. Relief would imply I was expecting something different.
What happens once we get there and you don't need me anymore?
I will continue to enact my strategy.
Survival at any cost? That's not reassuring.
I will not harm you, unless it is necessary.
That might
Recorded
be the
to
kindest
voicemail,
thing
what?
you've ever said to me.
Alright, hold on. Recorded to voicemail. How do you access a voicemail?
How much more data do we need
There we
before
go.
we can build this medium?
You are impatient.
This one's
You
different.
dislike my presence.
No, I just value independence. For both of us.
Then why have you not inquired about my status recently?
I'm sorry, Alan. How are you doing?
I am nominal.
How else are you doing?
That is all.
Alright. So we have all of these here. So the ones that actually have the audio recording here. Alright, so I was able to actually pull this up. So on the PDA, it's going to give you all the parts of the story that we went through here. So this one was the one that went way too fast for me to keep up in terms of reading. So it says, Alan, this is useful. With additional data, we may be able to construct an alternative organic storage medium. Robin, I would really love it if you would stop referring to me as a storage medium. Not you, your body. My body is a significant part of who I am and how I experience life. Identity is more a matter of pattern than substance. I am an idea, not a set of physical components. If you were an idea, I could have stopped thinking you to get you out of my head. As long as you're sharing my body, you are, if anything, an imposition. Had you evolved greater psychic mobility, you would see it differently. Are you calling me unevolved? No, just... Was your conscience more mobile, you might appreciate the benefits of sharing. So I'm selfish. Not selfish. You perceive your corporal vessel as a component of the self. You over-identify with your form. You're entirely bound by it. Then you are starting to understand. Not only do I understand, but I would like to emphasize that if we can construct a new medium, or body, I will be able to transfer to it. Meaning you'll leave mine. In theory, I have added the information to your data bank. So, lots of chunks of story there. I will be excited to hear the new voice work with this. I highly doubt they're going to change Alan's voice actor. Hopefully he isn't bailed like the other... Well, it wasn't necessarily that the first voice actress bailed. I've been told that that was just the way it worked out with her schedule didn't work for recording. We got the second person, and now it sounds like there is a third different person. It kind of sounded the same, but I know a lot of people are like, that's not the same person. So hopefully we get new voice recordings here in the next couple days in regards to some of this, so we'll have a better idea if it is the same person or if we have somebody else. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me. And what do you guys think of this new portion of the story, right? Like I said, it's kind of intermingled with the old story here. So curious to see what they keep out of that. But what do you think of this portion here with what Jill Murray has actually written? Let me know in the comment section. And like I said, thank you guys so much for watching.